ODM leader Raila Odinga has unveiled a raft of proposed measures he says will uplift the country's youth.
The 17-point agenda proposes, among other measures, tax holidays for business startups and prioritization of the appointment of youth in the government. Chemutai Goin reports on scramble for the youth vote ahead of the 2022 general election.
With the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission IEBC set to roll out mass voter registration next month, the scramble is on for the nearly 6 million new voters expected to join the roll ahead of August next year. And a majority of them are young people who have attained the mandatory 18 years voting age since the last general election. The ODM leader dangling what he says are real opportunities for the young people. The 17-point agenda borrows heavily from the youth-oriented proposals contained in the now-aborted BBI report, Odinga saying the priority areas should be on training. Also on the cards is a 7-year tax holiday for youth enterprises and extension of tax incentives to institutions and organizations that offer employment to the youth. These, as well as the creation of a youth commission to keep youth policies and programs on the agenda and review procurement laws known as AGPO to give the youth a better fighting chance in winning government tenders. The agenda also seeks to facilitate access to the internet and push for the creation of a Ministry of Youth docket to focus on their most pressing needs.
Na vile kufanya njia ya kuleta viwanda hapa ili vijana wengi waweze kupata kazi, kwa upande ya ICT vile waweze kupata pesa ya kuanzisha biashara yao na kadhalika. Kwa hivyo hiyo ndio njia ambayo tutafuata.
He adds, and I quote, "When the youth make 75% of our population, it beats logic to have an institution that is meant to help them be placed at the National Treasury and a small toothless secretariat. AGPO belongs in the ministry responsible for youth affairs," end quote. Odinga in a statement adding, and I quote, "With the help of the national government and private sector, roll out a 10,000 per year Kenya National Youth Internship Program," end quote. With many young people having been rendered jobless as the COVID pandemic beat harder, Odinga proposes the creation of a national boda fund and local boda assembly units to increase the availability and affordability of motorcycles. Odinga's proposals riding on the apparent failure by the Jubilee administration to deliver the 1 million jobs it promised in 2017, though this was partly affected by the onset of the pandemic.
Our role as governments is to listen to our youth and thereafter ensure that the systems as well fit in to their operating environment and are conducive for greater youth participation.
Deputy President William Ruto has for weeks now hosted delegations of youth at his current office with a promise to improve their livelihoods by giving them startup opportunities for informal sector businesses. And with youth unemployment rising by the day, they have become easy targets for politicians.
Kuna watu hawataki vijana wapate nafasi ya kufanya kazi. Kuna watu hawataki tuondoe umaskini. Kwa sababu wako na biashara na umaskini, wanataka watu wa kuwapigia makofi na kuwaabudu. Na ndio tunawaambia, hakuna vile tunaweza kuendelea na Kenya ambayo wengi hawana namna.
Despite young people making up a key voting bloc which is big enough to decide an election, they too have been repeatedly boxed into the ethnic groupings, with little indication that they will have a different voting pattern come next year. Chemutai Goin, Citizen TV.